feels right, feels right, feels right. Don't know what I'm doing, but it feels right, feels right, feels right. Then I'll keep it going 'cause it feels nice, feels nice, feels nice. If it's still into it and it feels right, then it feels right, feels right.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a Halloween makeup look. I wanted to do a pretty look this time because my last look was like el cucuy, so it's kind of scary. A lot of you requested that I do a mermaid. I wanted to do something that was semi-simple but had a really strong impact and something that you could do at home with maybe things you have around the house or that you could easily get. My interpretation of a mermaid was something very muted and icy. Just I felt like if I was to pop up on Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean as a mermaid, what would I want to look like? And I thought to myself, I want to be an evil mermaid, but I don't look evil. I want to draw you in with my eyeballs. You know, that's why I made the eyes the focus, because I want to draw people in. That's my trap. And then I squish them. You can also turn this into an ice queen. Hopefully this inspires you somehow and you know, you get your glue gun and you just start. You could add shells to this, or you could put a crown on this and you could be like, no, I'm an ice queen. Take it where you want to take it. I really want to zoom you guys into the makeup before we start so you can see. So here's a close-up of everything. There's texture, gloss, so that you look like you know, you belong in some water, kind of. You look a little wet. I love the way this look turned out. Like, I really think this eye makeup is simple, but has an impact. Oh, and also I'm wearing Desio caramel contacts for this look, just to change it up, do something a little different. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. So for this look, I'm gonna start off with the eyes. I'm gonna be using the new Jouer High Coverage Concealer for this in the shade Honey as my eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna put a dab of it over my lids to cancel out the redness. A dab puts on a lot. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in, kind of carve out the brow here. I don't want it too perfect. I wanted to have more of a messy brow look. If I had pre-existing brows, I probably just would have put brow gel through them. I'm not trying to like accentuate them that much, but because I don't have a lot of brow hair on my tail, I had to add some strokes. For this video in particular, I wanted to have like a really underwater dreamy effect to go with the video, so I changed up my lighting a little bit. All right, now I'm just gonna go ahead and set that with translucent powder. This is just Laura Mercier. Now I wanna mimic the shadow of a cut crease type of look. So to do that, I'm gonna be using my Benefit Hoola bronzer. And I'm gonna pick that up on a MAC 217. I'm just gonna tilt my head back and follow the contour of my eye. I like to use a bronzer for this. It's just like nice and subtle. Looks more of like a shadow, especially this one is a good one because it's not too warm. And I'm also gonna just buff it away into the bridge of my nose, up into the brow. We are gonna be kind of covering a lot of this, so don't worry too much about how perfect it is. So now I'm gonna pick up this dark brown contour. This is one of the KKW contours, and I'm gonna take a little bit of that and deepen the crease. I'm also taking it and blending it like towards the outer corner of my eye here. Just whatever's left over on the brush, just kind of bringing it back. Next, I'm using Linda Hallberg Infinity Glass, and this is Glossy Glow Primer. So you can use this for your eyes, your face, your lips. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on all the high points because we wanna look dewy, hydrated. I'm gonna move on to my foundation. So I took a little bit of the Lancome foundation and mixed it with the Linda Hallberg Infinity Glass. I'm using an IT Cosmetics brush to stipple it on. Wow, this face gloss is really nice. Look like I just drank so much water. Now I'm gonna do a little concealer using that Jouer concealer again in the shade Honey. Going to apply that here. And then I'm actually gonna take a lighter shade. I'm gonna be using Toast. So this concealer has a pinky undertone, and I like that because I feel like it's gonna go with the vibe. It's definitely a lot lighter than my skin tone, but I like that. I want highlights. And this isn't like a beauty highlight. This is like we're trying to be a mermaid highlight. Let me blend this out before I continue. I don't want it to dry up on me. Highlight here. And like, it's almost like I want to blend it out, but I also really want it to be like a prominent highlight. What I think I wanna do is set my under eyes slightly, not a lot, because I don't want like hardly any powder. If you're wearing this look out, I suggest just powdering your cheeks, like just the apples right here and the sides of the nose, and like the center of the forehead if that's where you get oily, but I think you should leave anything else that gets oily, just let it be oily, because I feel like that looks really good. So I'm taking a little bit of the translucent powder again, I'm just blending it out first, and then I'm taking a fluffier brush with some powder on it, set that lightly. Jam it into those fine lines. Don't be afraid. And I'm gonna hit the sides of the nose as well. Right here, but I'm not gonna take it anywhere past that point. I am gonna take a little bit of a fluffier brush with that translucent powder, dab it into my hand, and just lightly dab over the rest of the nose, and just right between the brows. Taking a MAC 224 and I'm dipping into my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. And I'm gonna take that down to like the nose contour since I'm here. Going back into that contour shade, I'm picking that up and just running that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. Just taking a blending brush and just feathering that together. This is the KKW contour powder, by the way. I really love this Smashbox brush for lower lash buffing. This is the contour shadow. It's so nice and thin. And I'm dragging that color in, but keeping most of it on the outer for right now. I'm not really sure how I want to do that yet, so I'm keeping my options open here. So now I'm picking up this lighter contour shade right here on that same Smashbox brush. Make sure you tap it, because these are a little bit powdery. And I'm gonna blend what we just laid down and kind of drag it out, and then just also drag it underneath. I feel like this like makes it look a little otherworldly, this like shadow underneath. And also just kind of like dragging it out. And then if you lose some of the intensity of the brown under the eye, you could always go back in and just add a little more. Picking up the light bronzer again, I'm gonna take that on my MAC 168 brush, dust it off on my hand, my palette, and I'm gonna start using this to contour my face. It's funny, because I actually learned that smiling brings out the better contours, I think. Blending it out with a cleaner brush. So I want it to look all really soft. Perimeter of my face, really like drawing it into the hairline and then kind of feathering it down like this. Can't forget to do these collar bones, and like whatever you do, if your neck's gonna be showing, you wanna do the highlights and the contours to that as well. So I'm just sticking that bronzer in the clavicle. What I'm really doing is I'm following the contour here at this angle and then kind of going up and also following it at the same angle, just like right here, and feathering it upwards into the hairline. So now I want to do the scale-like texture, and I don't want it to be super obvious. I want it to be just like a subtle, luminous, scale-looking vibe. So I'm taking a fishnet stocking and I'm gonna place it over my contour area right here, and we are going to dab this OCC pigment, and this is Twirl, using the Sigma Soft Angled Contour Brush. This is a nice dense brush, dense enough to fit into the contours and like pack the pigment into the scale. I'm gonna dip it into the pigment, like really get it in there, and then spray a little bit of this, just a tiny bit of MAC Fix Plus. Get it nice and even on the brush. Here we go, guys. It's like a one-shot deal, okay? Because I really hope I don't mess up. It's kind of easier if you have somebody help you, but you know, if you're riding solo dolo, you gotta do it like this, okay? You can see that there is now a nice scale-like texture, and with these edges here where it kind of like got away from me, I'm just taking a brush and blending it out. Now I'm also gonna take it and apply it to like the top of my forehead here. Whew, the good thing is that you can't really mess up. I mean, I'm actually gonna take whatever's left that I have on my brush, just kind of like put it in my hair, because we're here, might as well just add a little shimmer to the root. So I've been really excited to use this Fenty How Many Carats highlight. This is kind of the product that inspired me to do this look, because let me tell you, I usually don't want to do a mermaid look, but when I saw this and how beautiful it glistened, I was like, mermaid. What I'm gonna do first is do a light dusting of this in the highlights of my face, and then I'm gonna go in and really spot highlight with this as well. I'm dipping into this and I'm going to place it on the high points. You can dab this product all over to give the look of beautiful reflex, especially when you hit the light. It's like so pretty. And it almost makes your skin look a little bit wet. A little here, just like all over the high points that I would put highlight. I'm even gonna take it like across the forehead, like light, 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 light. Don't forget the body. So now I'm gonna take a flat shader brush. It's a little bit more of a fluffy flat shader brush and some Fix Plus. And I'm going to dip it into the Fenty highlight. And I'm going to hit the high points, like really get the highlights popping. Taking a smaller pencil brush, and I'm also going to place it at the top of the brow bone and the inner corner here of the eye. Cupid's bow. I'm gonna start applying some jewels in this area right here and trickle them along the cut crease of my eye. I have a bunch of pearls here. See these little tiny pearls? I got these at Michael's, and I also got some crystals. Picking up the rhinestones with little lash tweezers, and I'm dipping them into lash glue. I just put it right there. I'm taking another one. This one has like an iridescent look to it. Now I'm taking a little pearl. I'm gonna put it here. I'm taking some of this Urban Decay Glamrock glitter liner. You know, I really needed tinier rhinestones, but I didn't get them, so I thought mine were tiny enough, but no. So I'm just gonna try to create tiny little dots with this. Oh, that works. I'm just randomly dotting little splotches of glitter. I'm also gonna switch it up to Pyro, just another Urban Decay glitter liner. It has more of like a iridescent look, kind of like a mermaid's tail, and I'm just gonna apply that also in the inner corner. Instead of doing little dots, like I can kind of go along the crease. Once I use that, I'm gonna go back in with some pearls, maybe grab a different size, maybe a little medium-sized pearl. That's nice. Put a little lash glue on that. And the pearls here are flat on the back, so it's easy to apply. Sometimes I place one somewhere and I hate it, but I have to commit to it. Commit to the placement. You have to. All right, so I did the other eye. We added some rhinestones. I might add a little bit more after, but for now, what I wanna do is just line the upper lash line. I'm using Urban Decay Smog, mainly focusing this color on the inner part of the lash line, and I'm gonna use a darker one on the outer. Now I'm gonna take like a darker, rich chocolate brown. I'm just gonna hit this outer part of the eye. Also like right under the waterline too. I'm actually gonna put some of this OCC pigment that we used for the scales on the lid. I kind of already dabbed it, not gonna lie. Thought I was rolling, was not. I'm just putting it on the center of the eyelid so that it catches the light. And you guys could really do this with any colors, any pigments. I really want it to be obviously like a monochromatic muted mermaid, but if you want to do like pink eyeshadow or purple, it's, you know, really preference. Now I'm taking my Bobbi Brown Golden Bronze Sparkle. It's a liquid liner, and I'm just gonna add the tiniest little flick to the outer corner. I'm gonna take a nude eyeliner pencil. This one's by Estee Lauder, and I'm gonna put that in the waterline. For my lip liner, I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever. This is the shade Up and Down Tan. It's like I almost wanna give my lips a little bit of color without looking like I gave them a little bit of color in a way. So I'm just lightly lining. I'm gonna take Kylie Lip, no, Apricot, that's really, maybe Apricot would be cute. I don't wanna be too pink. Too pink, guys? We're too pink. Sometimes, you know what I feel like I could do? Maybe stipple my foundation over it. So you can put like any like wash of color, and then if you want to make it look more muted, I just like kind of go with my foundation over it. I don't want them to be like, look like I'm wearing lipstick. I just want to look like I have some color. That's good for me, so. And then the perfect lip gloss for this look is our Desi X Katie Dose of Colors lip gloss in The Most. This is like a little, I don't know if it's like a Christmas ornament, but it kind of looks like seaweed or algae, or I don't know. It looks like a sea plant, okay? And it is from like the Christmas section at Michael's. It's also like, I think on sale, so I grabbed it. And then I hot glue gunned it to a bobby pin. You could always grab anything from, you know, craft stores and just, you know, do stuff like this yourself. And I'm gonna use this to pin my hair back. This is a top from House of CB, and I feel like it kind of makes the perfect mermaid top. So what I'm gonna do is put this on. It's a little bit small for me, I'm just gonna say that right now, but it's still, you know, I squished into it. And then I'm gonna continue to take these little things from Michael's. I don't even need to glue it to the top or anything. I'm just gonna kind of stick it into my top along the seams of the bust and have them stick out like little seaweed decorations. So I will be right back. YouTube, do not demonetize this video, okay? It's a top. I know my boobies are kind of exploding because this top is too small. Boom, 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 boom. This is my finished mermaid Halloween makeup. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to give you something pretty and kind of along the lines of stuff that you would have. You know what? I love to go to Michael's and get the little sale stuff and just glue it to things. Get your hot glue gun, get your old bra, and just start gluing seashells on that shit, okay? This is what I would do for a last minute Halloween look, and I think it's so beautiful, and you can get a bunch of these like crystals and do whatever you want. You could even, since I'm here, if I were you and you wanted to be a mermaid, I would even take these like pearls and stuff, glue them after the bra, kind of how I did here, but I would trickle them like up the chest. Sexy, muy sexy, and I would just wrap a piece of fabric, like long fabric, around my waist and maybe belt it, and then put like a seashell with some hot glue gun on the buckle. Boom. Anyways, I know a lot of my looks can be gory for Halloween and kind of crazy and also very difficult, so I think this is a really nice look for you to do at home with just your makeup, and it kind of follows a normal makeup routine and you kind of just add a little pizzazz, but it has a very, very big impact. So I really hope that you guys liked this tutorial. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, por favor, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Whoops, my bad. Something's in my eye. Ugly eyeliner face. I'm also oh! Oopsie. Ah! I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. Oh! I got lash glue all over my fingers.